What's going on, everybody? Checking out this new platform, Pressmaster. It helps you generate articles, press releases, social media posts, all in one place. And it's pretty cool. Let's log in, check out the dashboard. Here's your clean dashboard. Get started here. Depending on which subscription you're under, you have different workspaces on an agency plan. So you have an agency master account, and then you have your workspaces. So I have 3 workspaces right here. Let's go under the egg one. Now, what you want to do first is go to settings and brand guides. Now, right here, you set up the brand voice for this workspace. You can use the brand guide interview process, or what I do is I just do new brand voice. You can name it whatever you want. Egg. You can use a URL for reference, or you can guide the brand voice and say whatever you want, like you are funny. I could say use my about page on LoudEgg for reference, and also use the voice of Steve Jobs. Let's see if that works. So it's creating a brand voice, and you can create multiple brand voices, multiple brand guides, depending on which plan you're under. So here we go. Gave you the brand voice, combines LoudEgg, visionary elements, and the Steve Jobs with a modern dynamic tech approach. So it puts Steve Jobs in there. I'm just using him as an example. You could use Wozniak if you want, whoever you'd like. I've used the comedian voices, sprinkle in one here and there, and different URLs. I think it's just one URL per voice, but this is good. Let's apply it, and it's configured. We have that brand voice egg I set up, and again, we can create more if it's available under your subscription. Sometimes what I like to do is have different brand voices in one workspace. This way, when you create the content with AI later, you could choose which brand voice you'd like. If you want to have some more wittier or funnier social media posts or articles or press releases, I would use the one that I added the comedian's voice under. If you want the more corporate, professional, I might just reference the LoudEgg website page. You could also have a blog post from your website and use those URLs as a reference. Now that we have the brand voice set up, you can click new article up here, or it'll set up a press release. If you want to do a social post, you would go to Social Suite. You can go to TrendMaster to see what's trending. There's a lot of options, but I like it because it's all in one spot. Because you might be saying, hey, I can do this in Perplexity, ChatGPT, Claude, all these other tools, other platforms. Yeah, that's correct. But Pressmaster has it all in one spot. So now TrendMaster, it's just the topics that are trending, give you some inspiration if you don't know where to start. And what you do with TrendMaster, you set preferences here. I set it up for engineering, technology, news, advertising, marketing. You can change this however you'd like for your workspace, whatever you're working on, your niche. And then from here, you would click on which one interests you, and it shows you a little summary, and then it gives you content ideas. So you can go to any of these, click on this little pencil, and it gives you the options to create an article or social media post from that. I like this feature. Some days you don't know what kind of content to produce, generate, and you go to your TrendMaster, you can start right there. But let's just start from new article. Let's go back to the dashboard, kind of refresh. You can create a new article here, or you can go up here and create a new article. If you want to do a social media post, click right there. And then discover trends. We just went over that. TrendMaster. Let's do new article. Now down here, you'll see you can attach a file or image to get your article going. You can choose from your library. Now you have pins. Pins are things that you're jotting down, notes, just URLs, YouTube videos, and you could do it from your phone. Pressmaster has a really cool bonus of a mobile app, which I love. So on the go, if I see something I like, boom, I pin it. I can write an article about the pin, generate the article from there, or from a YouTube video, one of my videos, where just want to create an article off that, or a press release off that, or social media posts off that. Now you have your posts, library, articles that I've already generated in the past, if I want to use that as reference. Interviews, we'll go over that later. But let's just see, what's the topic of your article? Let's just say, who is cooler, Iron Man or Batman? I don't know, this is topic. Let's go with that. Now, Pressmaster is setting up your article or setting up your press release. So here we go. It set it up, the content type. Click on this. Here, this is where you could change it. If you want to make it a press release, you would obviously go to press release. We're going to leave this as an article, so we'll leave it as thought leadership. So the content focus, you have all these you can change it to. If you want to do a how-to, tutorial, outline best practices, it gives you a lot of options. You have so many variables here that you can adjust and change and use the AI as your assistant. You're still in charge, but it's good to have all these options. Article length, you can change that. Theme and tone, if you want to just make it humorous, inspirational, controversial. Let's just leave it as is. Investigative. Brand voice. This is where you choose the brand voice. And as I said earlier, you could have different brand voices according to your plan, if it's available, and adjust which one you want. Or if you don't want to use any brand voice at all, just do none. Let's keep it on egg. This is the style. You want to do first person, second person, third. If you're doing the press release option, you want to switch that to third, but we'll leave it first person for now. You have web citations, keep it web and citation search, keep it active. Now here's where it gets interesting. If you're lazy and you don't want to do any more work, you just click on quick. That's it. Pressmaster will go out, produce your article or press release. Adaptive will kind of go back and forth with you. The AI, it will ask you questions, guide you, let you adjust the article or press release. So it's much more you and less AI. Conversational is super cool. Basically, the AI interviews you with audio, with microphone. The AI is speaking to you, asking you questions, and you answer, and you go back and forth. It's an interview. And it's great, too, because you can share the interview process with other people, with your clients. This way, you get their input right away, and then you generate the article. All right, let's try quick, see what it looks like. Pressmaster created an article, and Batman beats Iron Man, and data proves it. Look at this. Got all the data to back it up. And it gives you a nice article. That was quick, right? You could regenerate the article. You can ask for feedback. You can share the article with people and have them comment on it, which is super helpful. Save as draft. You can publish the article. This wasn't set up as a press release, so you cannot do press distribution. You can publish it to your newsroom. You can also publish it to your blog. I'll show you the integrations later on how to do that, but you have those options. Add an image if you'd like. Now, you have over here, you can chat with the AI. You can say, rewrite this, things like that. Very nice. Say you want to take a paragraph and change it. You can ask the AI. You can obviously change formatting, but you can ask the AI to improve the writing, simplify language, expand upon, let's say, translate to Croatian. And let's do that. Replace. Boom. There you go. Just translate it to Croatian, that one paragraph. So over here, we have the general information, date and time, article settings. If you want to adjust these things right here, the SEO, you can add the meta title, description, change the URL, back to chat with AI. And these are the comments. If you share it, the article with your customers, and you see what kind of input they give you. So that is that mode, quick mode. And then you see drafts are here and whatever's published is here. What I usually do is I'll just, after I'm done editing it, I will copy and paste the text and place it. But again, you can publish it as a draft to your WordPress website, or I'll show you the other options a little bit later. So let's go back to a new article and let's see, what can we do now? What are the top graphic design tools in 2025? All right, let's do this. And it's doing its thing. There you go. All right, so again, you can edit any of this stuff that you'd like. Let's do adaptive this time. Approve and continue. And setting up the article strategy, identifying your central argument. And here we go. Give you your angle, the pillars, target tone, visionary. And you can change any of this before you continue. Let's just go, approve, and continue. All right, let's start with the interview. You could share the interview if you'd like to send it out. Say you run an agency, or hey, you're just a one-man show and you want to send this out to your client to get their insight. Have AI help them generate an article. It's really cool and impressive, especially these days in the AI world, where you can show your clients, hey, I'm real deep in the AI world. Look what I'm doing. And you can also white label if you're under the agency hire plans. This way, it could look like it's coming from your brand, your agency. Let's start the interview, though. Let's just do it ourselves here. So it'll go through and analyze what it's going to ask you. So when you look at the current graphic design tool market, what specific signals are you seeing that suggests we're approaching a fundamental shift rather than just incremental updates? Okay, let's just say I am seeing more AI. AI, but most people think AI in design tools just means automated templates or basic image generation. What are you actually seeing that just AI is evolving into something fundamentally different? And AI is helping to speed up design workflows. And then depending on how you respond, that's how the AI will respond to you. So as you can see, it's going back and forth with me, and it shows on the bottom, where you are in the process. And anytime you can share the interview or just save and exit or go back if you'd like. Let's just save and exit. Okay, let's try another article. Let's choose from library this time, and we'll go to articles from past article. Let's try that Batman, Iron Man one, right? Okay, I'll keep all this the same. Now this time we're going to go conversational. I love this feature. All right, it's getting ready. right. Giving your angle, pillars. Let's keep it the same. Let's approve and continue. Get ready. All right.
Hello, it's great to meet you. I'm excited to interview you about our topic today, comparing the cultural impact of Batman and Iron Man. We'll be exploring this from a data driven perspective, looking at their long term significance beyond typical fan preferences. Let's start with our first question. In your opinion, what do you think are the most significant factors that contribute to a superhero character's lasting cultural impact?
I think superhero helping mankind.
That's an interesting perspective. Superheroes helping mankind is certainly a key factor in their appeal and cultural impact. Let's dig a bit deeper into that idea. How do you think Batman and Iron Man differ in their approaches to helping humanity? Do you see any distinct differences in their methods or motivations that might contribute to their lasting cultural significance?
I think Batman's a bit rougher around the edges, and Iron Man, he's a bit of a wild card too. But they both have a lot of money, so that helps.
That's an astute observation. You've highlighted some interesting similarities and differences between the two characters. Let's explore that a bit further. Given that both Bat
Save and exit. So there you go. You get an idea of how that works. So that conversational feature is great. Really feels like you're part of an interview. The AI is talking to you. You're answering it. And depending on how you respond, that's where it will go. I've done some of these conversational ones or the adaptive where I wanted the topic to be about the best SEO tools. And then we end up with an article that is SEO using AI in 2025. So it's a really nice back and forth. If you're brainstorming for an article and you're not sure, with most AI tools, you put in the article topic and it kind of just goes from there, produces the article. But with Pressmaster, with the back and forth discussion, interview, and also sharing the interview with others, you could really get a nicely developed article and it becomes more human than AI, which I like. All right. So now I was saying before, where are we going to send these articles and also how to set up the social channels. Go to settings, go down to integrations. And here is where you could set up your Facebook, your LinkedIn, Instagram. This is for the social. And then if you wanted to send it to your WordPress site, you would enable this and it would ask you for the credentials. If you want to send it to WordPress.com, Ghost, Wix, Webflow, Blogger, Medium, go high level. So this is where you'd set everything up. I already have my Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. I didn't set up Blue Sky yet or Threads, but definitely going to soon. So let's go to Social Suite. All right, these are my drafts, some that I published. And you go here. If you want to click AI post, it's usually what I do, or you can do manual. So let's do AI post. And right here, we can just get the ball rolling and write a topic. What do you want to post about? Or do you want to choose from a library? And let's say we want to go with the past articles, like these sometimes, or the interview. But let's grab the top graphic design tools one. All right, so we have that in there. Now you can select which channels. You could always change this later. I usually do these three. Instagram, I haven't played with that yet because you have to create AI images or upload your own images outside of Pressmaster currently, but they're working on it. These guys are really flying on the roadmap. I was going to do this video a few weeks ago, but they keep updating the platform and adding new features, which is awesome. So let's continue. And it goes through the same setup, similar to the article and press release setup. Here we go. You could do first person, second person, third person. Keep it first for now. The brand voice, which one do you want to use? Keep it under the egg. Thought provoking. You know what? Let's change it this time to humorous. Post length. mix, short, medium, long. I've been keeping it mix. Now, this is one of the new features that Pressmaster just pushed out, and it's another cool one, the hook and angle. So it generate high performing hooks to boost your post engagement. So it adds a hook. I keep it on because it's cool. You'll see why. So the hook engineering and performance simulation has begun. Like the little smiley faces. All right, your hooks have been tested. And here we go. I asked 200 designers what tools they actually use daily, and this got a score of 90. So obviously, green, good, red, not so good. But sometimes the lower ones are actually pretty good too. And then it's a hook. The hook, how to grab the audience with your post, because that's really important these days. You have a nice social media post, but it's kind of like meh. Starts off eh. But with this, Pressmaster provides these hooks, does the research for you, and goes from there. So we can check this out. My design workflow went from 8 hours to 2 hours with these tools. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this one. Why not? Approve and create post. Okay. It's analyzing the article. Now it's checking what's trending. Setting up the posts. All right, here we go. My design workflow went from 8 hours to 2 hours with these tools. Used to be that guy pulling all-nighters, surviving on energy drinks. I can't do energy drinks. They get me crazier. So we have Figma, Canvas Pro, Adobe, all good tools. And again, you can edit any of this stuff. You can type whatever you want. You can delete it, and you can upload an image. Ask for feedback. Want to share it. And your post settings. You can chat with AI like we did with the article. Add little emojis. Let's see the Twitter one. Now, the Twitter X usually does a thread. You can do short posts and then it won't be, but I like the threads. And then you can go and delete any parts that you just think it's too much. If you just want to make it a single post, you could add images to anything here. So you can see it's a little different. Game changer, you know, and if you're like, hey, this is too much, maybe I just want to be regular, not yelling at someone, but you might want the all caps. And here's the Facebook. You can see the format's slightly different for each. And again, you could upload an image to get more eyes on this. You could save it as a draft. You can schedule it. So if you want to set these up, I recommend scheduling it. Maybe like Monday morning, or if you want to do Friday for the following week, you can set up all these posts with Pressmaster. And if you just want to publish now, it'll publish now, of course. So Pressmaster, as you can see, also has a scheduler. It's a new feature that they added because originally Pressmaster was focused on press releases, articles. It had some social media stuff, but then they just added this whole thing with the hook to grab the viewer's attention, scheduling. So you really don't need to leave Pressmaster. You got just about everything here. Now let's go to the pins feature. As I mentioned earlier, there's a mobile app for Pressmaster. So when you're on the go and you're on YouTube or browsing the internet, you can take a URL and pin it and save it for later. Or you could just write your thoughts if you're like, hey, I had a meeting this week, so-and-so, and save it. And then after with the content, you can create an article from it or a social media post. I find I'm using this feature more on the mobile app, but of course, there's no reason why you can't use it on your laptop, desktop. I just like having it available on a mobile app. That's sometimes when you have the best thoughts or you're seeing the best content when you're waiting online at the supermarket. It's a lot of long lines lately at the supermarket. So let's go. Say I got this YouTube clip that I found. I think the URL, just put it in there. And there you go. And now it's pinning it. It shows what category it's under, the date, analyzing it. transcribing, generating, thinking, doing all the good stuff. Here we go. Going through the Catalyst platform. That's what the YouTube video is about. You can see it describes what's happening there. So then from here, from the pin, we can create a new article or a social media post and then go from there. Just put everything in here. You can edit anything you like as usual. And let's see what happens. There you go. Go from there. I took the pin and it's going to set up the article for you. So back. So I think it's really great having this right here. So there's a lot of different ways of getting things rolling. Where you got the trending, where TrendMaster goes out every day and finds new things that are trending in the niche that you're interested in the topics. Right now, again, this is set up for technology, engineering, but I might switch it up and add other spaces. So you can go from there. Your pins, whatever you've been saving throughout the day, week, month, you can use that for later. Then you got your social suite, we went over your article section, the 3 ways. You have the quick, the adaptive, and the conversational. I think more and more people will be using the conversational. The newsroom, this is nice. It is basically a part of Pressmaster where you just publish your articles, and it's part of the Pressmaster ecosystem. Some people might find themselves using this more. If they don't have a website or any other platforms, you can just set it up here. Accelerator. It gives you some tips, helps you out. How to use Pressmaster. You can join their community. They have a school community. Check out the Pressmaster pricing for business or agency. You can book a demo with them. The guys on the team, very friendly, very active, and I've already chatted with them, had a few meetings myself on how to use things, questions, feedback. They're listening to users, which is great. Now, of course, with any other tool, annual discount, 25%. But if you want to go monthly, you have this $12.72, $16 or $96, enterprise, $6.99. You can start for free trial. The starter plan, you have AI article writer, all this stuff, pin your thoughts. But if you want more of the meat of the platform, the pro plan looks like the way to go. It gives you everything, gives you more brand voices, gives you that hook feature, the unlimited usage of this stuff, conversational mode, which is a big one, and you have higher limits. Now, these prices, of course, might change in the future. Just want to share what I'm seeing right now and what people are paying. And you can see from the Starter Pro, it has a comparison down here. So if you're doing a starter, you got like 15,000 words. If you're an agency, you're definitely going to need higher. You might want to just go for the agency plan unlimited and you get in touch with them about that. You could see the unlimited pin your thoughts for the pro plan, 3 brand voice, TrendMaster, social suite. That's a big one. If you don't need the social suite, then yeah, go for the starter and try it out. And you can always upgrade, you can always downgrade. The conversational, a white label agency, that's where if you're sharing for feedback with your clients, the interviews, and you want to make it look like it's coming from your agency and that you're keeping up with the times, the AI days, then yeah, go for that. Custom API, that would be the enterprise. Dedicated success manager. They have meetings like weekly. They do have these meets, webinars I've seen that is also great. Nice bonus. So I've added an affiliate link in the description of this video. I think you'll get a 10% discount with that. But if you want, you can just sign up here. You don't have to use my affiliate link. I just wanted to share this platform with you guys and gals out there because I think it's pretty unique. It's a crowded space. There's so much in Pressmaster. I think I'm probably have to do another video because really to go in and focus more on the conversational mode, more on the sharing with clients, the articles. I just wanted to give you an idea of every feature, a little bit of everything. So let's go over again. You can create articles, press releases, social media posts. The articles and press releases you can share with your clients, with others. You can do conversational interviews, round robins, and really customize the content in your voice, in your brand voice, or in your client's brand voice. And you could also chat with the articles themselves after they're produced and change it, change a tone. I think it's really important to really think about the brand voice setup before creating the content and trial and error. You might say, hey, this was too much. I shouldn't use Richard Pryor's voice for my dental client because it's getting, it's cursing. Well, actually, I don't know if it's going to curse. You get the point. So, yeah, check out Pressmaster. They got the free trial. Drop any questions in the comments, and we'll try to do more of these videos. All right. Bye, everybody. And I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.